A few weeks ago, we looked at the way God had changed Jacob's name to Israel. That is repeated in Genesis 35:10, but has something important in addition to the name change. The promises first given to Abraham are now passed down to Jacob. You see, either Jacob or Esau might have inherited the promises, but Jacob was the intended recipient. As we saw in Genesis 28 and verse 3, Isaac passed the promise down to Jacob, just as God had given that promise to Isaac in Genesis 26 and verse 4. This line through which the promises pass is important, because Abraham had more than one descendant, but Scripture establishes which descendant received the promise, and that was Isaac. Isaac had more than one descendant, but Jacob was the intended recipient of the promises. Ishmael and Esau both fathered nations, but it was not their nations God had chosen. When Moses wrote Genesis, the Israelites were being shown that God had great plans for them. It wasn't just the promise of a land. As they built the tabernacle and the details in Exodus and Leviticus emerge, there was something grand about where God was taking them. And I'm not talking about Canaan. They were the root from which great things would come, not the least of which was a coming king. Jacob hinted at it in Genesis 49, verses 9 through 10, when he said this, "Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, you have gone up. He couches, he lies down as a lion, and as a lion who dares rouse him up. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet, until Shiloh comes, and to him shall be the obedience of the peoples." How did he know God would choose a ruler from Judah? How would Moses have known? And yet David was chosen by God, and from the root of David came one who would deliver from a bondage far greater than Egypt. As Peter would say in Acts 4:35, "It is you who are the sons of the prophets and of the covenant which God made with your fathers, saying to Abraham, 'And in your seed all the families of the earth shall be blessed.' For you first God raised up his servant and sent him to bless you by turning every one of you from your wicked ways."